She deserves to be in jail for a little bit, for a long time.
All right, listen up, y'all.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is another episode of All Things Education Official. I'm your host and educator, DrAbdullah, giving you educational news from a foundational Black American man's perspective. If you'd like to see and you like what you're hearing, please subscribe, comment, like, and share. Subscribe, comment, like, and share. Put me in the algorithm. If you want to follow me on my social media, to follow me at Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, TikTok, LinkedIn, and X. And if you love the content, you think I bring value to your life as it pertains to education and the FBA community, please go to the About section and buy me a cup of coffee. It will be greatly appreciated. Today, we're going to speak from the heart because it's something very, very serious. We're going to speak about Louis Johnson III. You got to say his name. Louis Johnson III. I'm going to say it one more time. Louis Johnson III. And we must shine a spotlight on how some people that call themselves educators shouldn't be around children in general, but Black American children in particular.
We begin tonight with the story of a fifth grade boy in Ocala who's dead after committing suicide.
And his parents say it was because he was bullied by his teacher. TV 20's Ethan Badowski tells us how people at the school are reacting.
He didn't deserve it. I wish I was there so I could just smack the gun out of his hand.
Kyrie Whitehead is mourning the loss of his best friend, 10-year-old Louis Johnson. Johnson committed suicide Thursday after his parents say he was bullied by his teacher, Dawn White.
She screams at a lot of people even though they don't do anything. She makes people cry.
White has worked at 5 different schools since 2009, and Marion County Public School officials say they are investigating the allegations. They also say they received no formal complaints about White from any students or parents.
People are going to be very protective of their kids, and they're going to do everything it takes to get things solved and get to the bottom of it. But I feel like when kids try to go into, I think it's a gap in between there because they don't know how to go and speak to adults sometimes.
Louis's parents passed out flyers to parents in the carpool lane about what happened, and one said that was the first they heard of his death. Officials with Marion County Schools say that Dawn White has been put on administrative leave while the investigation with the district is ongoing. They say this is standard procedure.
According to an April 2023 article on people.com, LJ, as he's referred to, that would be Louis Johnson III, died by suicide on April 27, 2023. His parents, Tika Johnson and Louis Johnson Jr., filed a wrongful death lawsuit against the Marion County School Board in Ocala, Florida, on Monday, April 21st. They alleged that LJ's teacher, Donna White, bullied him and recruited other students to bully him. The lawsuit names her as Donna, but school records list her name as Dawn. White was a teacher at Legacy Elementary in Ocala. The parents allege that White constantly, consistently, and relentlessly publicly humiliated minor child LJ in front of his peers, calling him stupid and ridiculing him in front of classmates on several occasions over the span of months, per the filing. They also claimed that she would recruit other students to ridicule LJ and urge them to agree with comments that LJ was stupid and didn't know anything, according to the filing. The parents also claimed they reported the bullying allegations to the school board. They alleged that the board was negligent, which caused LJ to suffer depression and anxiety and to end his life. This is all too common. And I'm an educator, so I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to keep it honest because that's what I do. I got to be transparent. In Black American educational spaces, we roast. I'm just going to keep it honest with you. We go back and forth. It's the common language of conversation. So depending on the age level, now 10 years old, I don't play those games with 10-year-olds. I don't clown them and play. Now with middle schoolers, you're talking 13 and up. They can take a little bit of jousting, a little bit of roasting, but it's always superficial. It's never about their intelligence. It's never about their looks. It's never about what they bring to the school, what they do not have. It's all superficial stuff. You're looking this way, or you said this, it sounded goofy, But as Black Americans, we know the line because we know we're hiking, roasting, capping, whatever you want to call it. Whatever region you're from has different names. but jonesing, but whatever you do, you know that there are lines you don't step across. You're very mindful about talking about parents. You don't talk about deceased relatives. You don't talk about being in poverty. You don't have those conversations. You joke about things that are immediately in your area that deal with the social aspect of school, not the academics, oh, you're stupid. Now, if I'm being honest, there are teachers who say things like, instead of joking around, you need to be worried about that math grade. They have conversations like that, and it's like, oh, but it's never to the point of you don't know the work. It's you're not getting the work done. So some may say that that's taking over the line, but that's one of the ways that we communicate with our children. But I'll say this is all too common that some teachers step over those lines, and sometimes it does go overboard. We utilize this language as a point of familiarity, and that's the point I like to make. So it is a great time being able to have fun with kids, but you got to know the line. According to the Journal of Adolescent Health article entitled "Bullying in the Classroom, Teachers as Perpetrators," some students are also bullied by their teachers or other school personnel. Only a limited amount of research within the United States has examined bullying of students by teachers and school staff, and this research has focused primarily on students and teachers in elementary and middle school. In one study, 40.3% of elementary school teachers reported they had bullied a student at least once, and 32.5% indicated that they knew at least one teacher who had bullied students within the previous school year. In another study, 9.3% of students in grades 7 and 8 reported being bullied only by peers, 1.2% only by teachers and other staff, and 1.5% by both peers and staff. You know, it's important, extremely important for our children to be in the presence of Black American educators. Now, you know, I'm going to say it like this. When it comes to my people, my community, I go hard in the paint. They're first, second, and third. So I'm going to tell you, our children need our people in front of them so they have a sense of community, a sense of comfort, and a sense of familiarity, you know, so that these types of issues do not arise. You know, we know how to treat one another. Black American educators typically treat each other, staff, and students like family. Once again, this is another episode of All Things Education Official. Tell me what you think. Do you think that teachers are going across the line? They're stepping over the line, and this is what led to it, a general culture of being able to say what you want to children? Or was this just targeted to this one particular individual? We could talk about it from different lenses, but I want to know what you think and how you feel. Once again, please feel free to follow me at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Rumble, LinkedIn, and X. If you like the content, go ahead, buy me a cup of coffee, and you are dismissed.
Yeah! You are all expurgated. You are dismissed.
Too much propaganda, spiritual pollution. Too many problems, not enough solutions. So many billionaires that make no contributions. Gotta create fun and maintain our institutions. Word to the masses, our government is backwards. Only thing I've learned is what a barrel and a crab is. Deploying all these tactics to keep us all distracted. Scrolling on our gadgets and we scroll right past it. While we caught up in the fashion, they sitting back laughing. This education we're lacking, all the laws they be passing. Peep the curriculum, you see they're subtracting the necessary work. These kids mentally absent, turned out full plastic.